Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here on my channel. That's right, I have finally made a return. I've been busy over the last week or two, so expect regular uploaded videos for the next few days, without a doubt. Anyways, guys, it's that exciting time of the year again, the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, as you all know, my Panthers did not make the playoffs this year. I'm actually okay with it, though. But anyways, here is the rankings for the playoffs, and I did them exactly how they have their bracket on NHL.com and on the score, whatever the app is I have. So this is the playoff tree, basically, and I'm going to run the simulation here on NHL 17 and see who EA thinks is going to win the cup. Before I run the simulation, my prediction, I have two predictions. My first prediction is the Blackhawks and Penguins in the Stanley Cup. And the Blackhawks are going to take it in 6 games. Or the Blackhawks and the Capitals in the Stanley Cup final. And then Blackhawks take it in 6 games. Either way, I have the Chicago Blackhawks winning the Stanley Cup yet again 4 times since, what is it, like 2010 or something like that? It's crazy. Anyways, guys, let's jump right into the simulation. I'm going to do this as fast as I can. There's really no way I can see this. So, I'm going to go ahead and sim past the first round, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, that's the first round. Here we go in the second round. As you can see, we're starting the Eastern Conference. Montreal beat the Rangers in 6 games, 4-2. They moved on to face the Ottawa Senators, who won a Game 7 battle against the Boston Bruins. What a series that must have been. So there's a Ottawa versus Montreal series. Wouldn't that be explosive for Canadian hockey? The Canadian hockey fan base would just explode for both those teams. That'd be such a fun series to watch. And then down a little bit lower in the playoff bracket, the #1 team in the NHL got knocked off by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wow, in Game 7, the Maple Leafs move on over to Washington Capitals. What a series that was. And then Pittsburgh beat CBJ, the Columbus Blue Jackets, in Game 7. So almost every game in the Eastern Conference besides the Rangers-Montreal series went to a Game 7. And it's going to be Pittsburgh versus the Maple Leafs and Montreal versus Ottawa. So imagine if Montreal could win and then the Maple Leafs win and have a Battle of Ontario. Or, no, what was it? It would be Ottawa for the Battle of Ontario, wouldn't it? I don't know. I don't know anything about Canada. Go Panthers. Anyways, typical Panthers fan, not knowing nothing about Canada. But anyways, it looks like the Blackhawks lost in Game 7 to the Nashville Predators. Minnesota won a Game 7 over the Blues. Anaheim won a Game 7 over Calgary. And Edmonton knocked off the last year's Western Conference champions, the San Jose Sharks. So look at that. My favorites, I would have had Minnesota winning too. But I would have had Chicago winning. I would have had Anaheim, yeah. And I would have had the Sharks. So that's very surprising right there. So basically, it's going to be Minnesota versus Nashville, Anaheim versus Edmonton, Montreal versus Ottawa, and Pittsburgh versus Toronto. So this is going to be some good playoff simulation here. So I'm going to see you guys in the next round. All right, guys, here we are in the conference finals. As you can see, Montreal did knock off Ottawa in a Game 7, so that was a very close series. But Pittsburgh also had a very close series with the Toronto Maple Leafs. A 4-3 series win for the Pittsburgh Penguins, winning it in Game 7. And then Minnesota sailed over Nashville like it was nothing, 4-2. Same with Anaheim. Anaheim completely destroyed Edmonton 4-1. So it's going to be Anaheim versus Minnesota and Montreal versus Pittsburgh. And here in the conference finals. So Erik Karlsson actually has a chance to win a cup. How about that? So I'm going to go ahead and sim these guys, and then we're going to slow sim the Stanley Cup finals. So I'm going to see you guys in the Cup finals. Alright guys, here we are in the Stanley Cup final. As you can see, it's Minnesota versus Montreal. What a series that Pittsburgh, Montreal. Alright guys, here we are in the Cup final. What a series Montreal had of Pittsburgh, as it was a 4-3 series. Another Game 7 for Pittsburgh. That's 3 in a row. Unfortunately, they were unable to take this one. Actually, that was Montreal's second Game 7. So just the fatigue got to the players, and Montreal was able to just get another one by. So Pittsburgh returns to the Eastern Conference Final for the second time in 2 years. How about that? That's awesome. And then Minnesota destroys the Ducks 4-1 series win. So, it's going to be the Minnesota Wild versus the Montreal Canadiens. Going into the beginning of the season, the way these two teams were playing, I could have told you, hey, this is what it could be. This or the Caps in here somewhere, same with the Blackhawks. Anyways, as you can see, Parise is leading the entire league with 24 points. Jason Pominville, Corey Perry, which he's out. Shea Weber of 18 points. Galchenyuk, Radulov. So as you can see, it's basically the two teams have the, I would say, top 10 scorers here in the playoffs. Anyways, here we go. We're going to slow simulate this series. Game 1, I believe it's in Montreal. Here we go. First periods. Nino Niederreiter and Dwight King. Second periods. Max Pacioretty. Third periods. Jarrett Spurgeon, Alexander Radulov, and Eric Stahl. So they force a overtime in Game 1, and Andrew Shaw will take it for the Montreal Canadiens. How about that? What a series that was for sure. That was an intense, hard-fought series. Well, hard-fought game. My bad if I said series there. I corrected myself, so no need to do it. Here we go. Game 2 in Montreal yet again. First periods. Scoreless. Second periods. Max Pacioretty again. Third periods. Oh my goodness. Parise, Koivu, Eric Halla, and Mikko Koivu yet again. And I think it's Lekonen got one for Montreal. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but I don't care. That was a pretty tough game too for Montreal. Minnesota came in hard, playing intense, and now they will go back to Minnesota to play this next game. This is going to be an intense next game. Here we go. First periods. Scoreless. Second periods. Charlie Coyle. Third periods. Oh, Byron gets one. I think it's Paul Byron. And then in overtime, Thomas Plekanec gets one. And the Montreal Canadiens will take Game 3 2-1. Actually, did I just say 2-1? No, the series is 2-1. Here's the next game. I said they take this game. They take the lead in the series 2-1. My bad, guys. I am out of it tonight. Here we go. First periods in Game 4. Second periods. And then third periods. Are we going to overtime? A scoreless game. Devin Dubnyk and Carey Price are standing on their heads. Overtime number 1. Steve Ott, out of all people, the guy who gets a goal is the guy you never expect to score, and Montreal takes a 3-1 series lead. Come on, Minnesota, fire back here. Here we go, first periods. Charlie Coyle, second periods. Radulov and Jordy Ben. Here we go. Will Montreal take home a cup this season? There's only one way to find out. Let's watch the simulation roll. We're going to roll ×4 simulation here. Shots 17-24, Minnesota. But they have, Montreal has the best goalie in the league currently, Carey Price. 5-on-4 power play for Montreal. Do they have what it takes? Alex Galchenyuk makes it a 3-1 game. This is a very close game here. Montreal could take it here. Will they? That's the question all these fans are asking here in Montreal. Let's see.
Traditional congratulations of a handshake goes back 5 centuries in humanity, but for hockey it's become one of the most prized moments, congratulating those who have gone so far. The man chosen playoff MVP gets the Conn Smythe Trophy. Boy, is this ever well deserved. It's often said it's the hardest prize to win because it takes 8 weeks. And by tradition, the captain is the first to hold it high.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Your Stanley Cup champions here after the EA Sim, the Montreal Canadiens. How about that? That would be something if they win the Stanley Cup this season. Me personally, I don't think they will. They have one of the better goalies in the league. Carey Price, if not better, the best goalie in the league right now. Carey Price, I don't know why I said one of the better goalies. I think the Blackhawks got it this year. If you guys disagree with that, comment down below who do you want to win the Stanley Cup. Or comment down below who you think will win the Stanley Cup this season. I'm pretty sure the Blackhawks got it. If not the Blackhawks, the Penguins. That's gonna be my Stanley Cup matchup. Penguins, Blackhawks. I don't think the Caps are gonna get past the second round. Sorry, Caps fans. It's not your year. Yeah, you have Shattenkirk, but I'm sorry. I love Ovi, but I'm going against him. I say Pittsburgh, Blackhawks in Cup final. I say Blackhawks raise the cup again. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to mash that like button down below. Comment who's winning the cup in your mind. I want to know. I'm curious to see if anybody even says the teams I completely knock off and don't even think they're going to make it through the first round. It's just fun to read the comments. I had fun doing it last year. I hope you guys comment again. That way I can do it this year. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.